till now?
Too proud of him. Too busy cheering. This is where Rick gave his life.
His life was given, not taken. Veterans like Sam Fantino know something about that kind of heroism.
All the guys that knew that if they stayed with that machine gun and they kept putting out a field of fire, even though they knew they were not going to make it, the other guys could get out.
That's why Rick Rescorla always said, all the real heroes are dead. Finally, he fit his own definition.
He went as he lived. A hero all his life. God bless you, my friend. I miss you terribly.
Not only a hero, he's a legend. In his Cornish hometown, they now sing about Rick. Rick was singing and dancing the last time he was here. Susan Rescorla hasn't changed the house much, except for the white roses. Now there are always white roses, and nothing but white roses.
That reminds me of you.
I can truly tell you that my husband would think that everybody on that day was a hero, not just him. And the same thing in Vietnam. That all those people that died overseas and all those people that died in that building that day, no matter what they were doing, were all heroes. And probably right now he'd be saying, why are you there talking about this? Because he would feel so humble. That's a real man.
On September 11th, Morgan Stanley, the largest single employer at the World Trade Center, lost 7 people, including Rick and 2 members of his staff. 2,700 employees got out. The company gives credit to Rick Rescorla. Already, 7th Cavalry veterans have sent a petition with some 4,000 signatures to the White House proposing Rick Rescorla be awarded posthumously the Presidential Medal of Freedom.
This is the next to last one, I believe, or maybe the last one. Then I've got just a few more slides to do. So back to the slides now. This is just to show what I've got to say as well. The Battle of Ia Drang was one of the biggest, as we aired there, in American history at that time. And we lost over 56,000 people in the Vietnam War. But when I spoke to his family, afterwards, I'll tell you, when I went to America, when I spoke to his family, he said that Rick, as you heard him saying, would walk up and down and he was singing for those things. And he said, his wife said, when you've got 18 and 19 and 20-year-old men and women, but down in the ditch with the thing, a lot of them were crying because they knew there was thousands of Viet Cong. And they fought for 2 days. They didn't lose nobody. The first platoon was wiped out, which was very, very sad. But this was where he said he always made sure that everybody come home, and he always, and all his life after that, he made sure that when he did something, he checked and double checked. And that's why so many. Now, Fort Benning, you've seen him marching in Fort Benning there. Well, that's the biggest infantry complex in the world. They got a statue there, Ailman. That's Rick Rescorla, the only statue they got at Fort Benning. Rick Rescorla, that's how much that everybody thought what he could do and what he could lead his men and whatever. I got Heart of a Soldier, which is another one there. I got this one signed by Susan. We'll have a look at it. Signed by Susan to me. And then I got another book there. This is Susan. This is written it. Touched by a Hero. That's Susan's book. Again, is signed. I put this bit in, not I want anybody buy a flat because they gone bust. But North Quay, where the first building is there, you look there now, which was, I said last year, which will come on in a few minutes, I said, but we had got the Rick Rescola walk. It took 18 months, but I was working with the people about Electric Works, ICI Works, etc., giving them the photos, which was kindly given to me by Jan Sullivan and Mervyn, you know, from Brian Sullivan's, all his photos. But anyhow, we eventually got, that there now is recognised as the Rick Rescola walk. And part of the reason we said added there was, this is where Rick and Mervyn and Norman played in the Second World War. They was in amongst this was their playground up there, and they could see the Americans. And also, over near where the photo of Rick was, is Lelant Church, consecrated 1424. But this is where they had their wedding vows renewed in the year 2000. They were married the 20th of February 1999. So that's where they went to Lelant. So we thought it was really nice that right there, Rick and all would be walking there with Mervyn and Norman, and we can see the church from that area. So that's there forever. That's renewal of theirs. I won't read all that out, but that's what he had. And he went over to the land and had that. This is the Rick Rescola walk that you can see over there now. It's not. It's discoloured a bit, but it's going to be all right. It's all there. It's, you know, registered. It's there forever. And of course, they asked me to do some history. Well, I could get a lot from the late Mervyn and Brian and all, and I did the history. So all that was what they did. That, I mean, I've got to say, for North Quay, they followed through what they did agree. So I did the talks for them and to the men and all, and give them lots of drawings and everything. And that was the deal. And they did come trumps with the deal. So well, there's me there, and this is the next one is called Trevor. I remember his name, he's same as mine, so I can remember that. And the lady there is his daughter, is Kim. Now, this is a bit you've got to think about now. You want to turn it up a bit, you Patrick, in a minute.
Of Cornish hero Rick Rescola has been opened in his hometown of Hale today. We talked about Rick many times before on Spotlight. He led thousands of people to safety during the September the 11th New York World Trade Center attacks in 2000.
I have to read it, that's all I could do really.
Thank you for all being here today on this lovely prison.
Despite its best efforts, rain didn't stop playing in Hale today. A bit of weather wasn't going to dampen spirits as people...
So we put an American flag and a Cornish flag.
9/11 hero who grew up playing with friends around this very spot. Rick Rescola was the Vice President for Security for Morgan Stanley in the South Tower of the World Trade Center. When the planes hit in 2001, he led thousands to safety, but was still inside when the South Tower collapsed.
Rick was last seen on the 10th floor of his boulevard singing Cornish songs based on Men of Berlin. Make sure everyone got it safely and calmly.
Local historian Trevor Smitheram is behind this latest memorial to a boy from Hale in helped save those lives. Rick Rescola's son and daughter, known over the States, will be unveiling.
His story to be told and remembered in his hometown would be extremely special. He loved this place. He would come back and he would delve into the Cornish heritage, into the Cornish wrestling, the rugby, catch up with old fans. So this is really, really special.
Having him recognized in the spots that were special to him and to his friends is very important.
He's hoped learning about Rick from this walkway in the Copper House area of his hometown will inspire.
You know it's not Copper House area, but you can't tell the TV people nothing. It's the North Quay.
Sons of Melville, see Spotlight, Hale.
Now this is the challenge coin, again, that Patrick has got. This was presented to me last year, because I said we got Trevor and Kim to come over from America to unveil the plaque in memory of their dad. And they gave me this challenge coin from America for what I'm doing and everybody else is doing, remembering Rick, because I go all over Cornwall now. I don't give the two lots, but I do one talk anyhow. But so that's can ask Patrick, he'll show you there. There's the Twin Towers. We're almost ready now for a cup of tea. I was very, thank you ladies, we were hungry, I was hungry. Now, this was the last photo, and of course, I've been so grateful to Jan up there. I was given the photo there as well from Jan. This was the last photo taken of him, you see, and singing to his, everybody there. Now, we are almost there, I missed that, but sorry, Charles. Susan, this is Susan. In my next lot, I'm going to America, but this is Susan in her garden. So what we did was, we made all the Rescorla family in America honorary members of El Como. And then, of course, they did the Raptor Trust. When he sadly died, Susan had a bit of marshland all made good, and for want of a better word. And then they had these buildings put up, and so they rescue injured birds and whatever, all in Rick's name. You know, it's fantastic, really. I haven't washed out waistcoat since I've been back. Anyhow, there's Trevor, look, Susan, Kim, and myself again. I think this is the end here now. This is what we call a candy store. Oh, cup of tea time, there we are. What I'm going to say just for a minute is,